Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to my live stream. Hey guys, how are you? Hey guys, how are you? I'm doing free energy checks. I also sell tarot readings and astrology, okay? If you have any questions, put it down below. So I'm doing free energy checks with dice. So if you've never had a dice reading, those are complimentary. And if you want runes and tarot, they are 25, and astrology as well, okay? They're in, the link is in the bio. Let's see. How are you? Mine or yours? What's yours? Hey guys, how are you? I'm a professional psychic and astrologer. If you're interested in a tarot reading or astrology for love and career, I do offer that. If you're interested in a freebie, I do dice readings. So this is really good for energy checks. If you have a love or career question, So I do those complimentary, and if you want a reading, they are $25. Jose Perez wants to know, what are you thinking? So mind reading is actually an ability. Very much so. That's how I do my readings, actually. If you've seen my years of work on my channel, you could see me doing that. But the important thing when you get a reading, Jose, is not to focus on what you're thinking, but it's what the person you're trying to read on. So for example, if you have a problem with the boss, if you have a problem with your partner, you know, hopefully you don't, but I'm saying it's usually an area where a person has a problem, you know, and then that's where you get the reading on to solve your issue, and then you wait for the reading to come true, or for you to kind of see the things that are predicted. But of course you have to also start in the past and the current time. If you've ever had readings, you probably haven't. You probably have a Hollywood I guess, perspective on it. But yeah, astrology is very beautiful when you want to start learning about your life and your destiny. When you know, some people really love tarot, some people love, you know, astrology more. I tend to see that most people love tarot because it's kind of like, I guess people are used to the cards, and astrology seems like, you know, intimidating when you look at it. Or they think it's just like the stuff you get in the newspaper or the magazine or blog or something. They think it's just like general, but no, it's actually very, very specific. Oh, you're a Libra? Nice. Libras are going through an intense time right now. From here to March, there's a lot of decisions on what they want to do with career, or deciding on what they love versus what, oh, the year of the ox. Oh, okay. The year, oh, so that's Chinese zodiac. That's beautiful. Yeah, Chinese zodiac is very, very beautiful. It's different. Astrology is Western. That's an Eastern practice. Hi guys, how are you? I'm a love astrologer. I do a lot of work with love and career. A lot of people, you know, either love tarot or astrology. I find that not everybody loves both. I read many different things, but oh, okay. So that's what you're, but you know, you could break it down. In China, I have a lot of Chinese friends, and years ago, I used to discuss Western versus Eastern astrology. And it's not just that you are, according to my Chinese friends, it's not that you're just an ox. You have to find out, are you a metal ox, a wood ox, you know, water, fire, and then it goes deeper than that. It's not just ox, it's more than that. Once you find what element you are, then you find the phase of the element, and then you're able to read on your personality, and then like matching, you know, who you match with and stuff like that. And then you can figure out the years that you make the most money, the most abundant. Because the dragon supposedly is associated with the most money for the year. But each sign has like an element and animal that is the best for them, the best luck time versus the not so lucky time of how it works. Hey guys, how are you? If you have a question on your love life or career, because that's what I focus on, I can do a free mini reading if that's what you like. So 90p. I don't know what that is. I'm not sure. In Chinese zodiac, I don't know there's numbers and letters like that. I only know that it's an animal with the element. Unless you type something and it didn't go through right. Mini reading? Okay, yeah, no problem. So the mini readings are in dice. I'm a tarotist and an astrologer, but those are paid readings. But mini readings are awesome. These are a dice reading. So my question is, do you have a question on love or career? Just ask your question. So for example, should should I take the promotion? Or, you know, I don't know what you want to ask, but I would answer, you know, these are quick, you know, so that I can kind of do them fast for everybody. If you want a extended, you know, like personal tarot reading or astrology, those are 25. Will Bobby and you reconcile? Okay, give me 1 second. So I'm gonna check on the energy of you and Bobby. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I'd rather you give me the sign, your sun sign. Do you know it? Like if you're Taurus, Aries, Libra, whatever. Okay, you're a Virgo? Okay. Oh, no, wait, that's Diaz. Okay. Brandy is the one I'm doing it for. Okay, you're the Scorpio, and you're asking about Bobby. Okay. So the energy of this situation, so granted, whether you're going to reconcile or not, that's a paid reading, but there's still a lot here for you to understand, okay? First of all, there's someone, you know, this talks about when a person, I don't know how to say it lightly. How should I say it in a sweet way, or politically correct way? It's not a third party situation, but it is when someone kind of goes or is involved with someone else waiting on another person. So you might be asking about the energy with Bobby and what's going to happen with that, but there's another person in the picture. So when a person's focused on somebody, it's got to kind of be clear. The more involved, the more advice, or you know, the more dating or flirting or advice or friendships that talk about your relationship, the more invaded energy in a connection, the worse it is, the worse that it is for somebody. So I would say the connection with Bobby is troubled, and it's not where it has to be. But particularly paying attention to the fact that there are things that you are doing that are causing this to delay. So it can be, this would be revealed in a paid reading, but that's why I'm giving you an idea for you to understand. There are things that you have done that have kind of like pushed him away. Not that it's your fault, but the way he sees it. Because this is when a person is leaving a situation because of what someone did. So if you don't reconcile, in other words, it's up to you to communicate in the way that you have to, because there's suspicion. Once there's lack of trust, that is a very big problem in a couple. You know, it's like if there's going to continue to be doubt. So I think that it's proving that whatever this person believes isn't true, and having the patience to say it. So sometimes Scorpio won't talk enough. Sometimes Scorpio hides, you know, what they feel, and then they want the person to just know, or they're afraid to say it. And sometimes they're very confrontational and they don't come across the right way. So this can be a challenge, the way that you're expressing yourself, or maybe what you haven't said. So yeah, but yes, the problem here is another person involved. So there's lack of trust and there's jealousy as well. All right, if you want me to look into the reading, I would do a mind read on Bobby, not on you, because you already know your feelings. All right, and then I'll do the prediction on what's going to happen. But that gives you an idea of the energy that's going on. All right, it's lack of trust. No worries. Thank you so much, Brandy. If you guys have an energy question on love or career, let me know and I'll be happy to ask it. If you guys want to book a reading, I'm an astrologer and a tarotist, and I focus on love and career. So if you want one, they are $25 for the stream one. And if you want a private 1 hour, they are also available as well. Those are on the phone. If you want a free energy check, these are a dice reading, and it's a form of divination called astrology. And if you guys are interested, you can just put your question below, love or career, and I'll give you the energy on the situation. If you want predictions and stuff, then you can, the reading is 25. And if you just want to talk about anything interesting, paranormal, or anything up my alley, you know, magic, paranormal, ghosts, you know, I'm up for it. I love those topics. I'm starting a podcast, so. As far as astrology collectives, I am making those. They focus on love. Some people like tarot collectives, but I'm an astrologer, so I do astrology collectives using actual astrology. Hey guys, how are you? Do any of you like astrology, or do you prefer tarot? A lot of people that I ask always prefer tarot, and I always say, why? And they say, well, astrology sounds confusing. I guess it looks confusing. I don't know. Meanwhile, I haven't shuffled this deck. You go ahead and do that, get that out of the way. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and put your questions down below. Game over? Is that what it says? Game over. Well, that's cute. Oh, you guys prefer tarot? Oh, okay. I figured that. A lot of people do. Let's see. Are questions free? Yes. So if you have a, did you want me to check on the energy of love or career? That's what I'm doing for free. If you want a, personal reading, they're 25 on the stream. And if you want, a private reading, I offer those as well. So the stream is 25. The private 1 hour is a little bit more. And if you guys want a free mini reading, just go ahead and drop your, is it career or love? And I'll read the energy for you, okay? Make sure you drop your sun sign. Career, okay. Okay, not a problem. Let's go ahead and check on that energy for you. Tangerine, just go ahead and put down your sun sign, your star sign. That is your sun sign. Yeah, Capricorn. So your horoscope sign, your zodiac sign, sun sign, star sign, it's all the same thing. Okay, you're a Capricorn and you've been unemployed. Okay, not a problem. There are work opportunities that are at your disposal, and you have not wanted to pursue them. So here's where the Capricorn might get mad and say, what? That's not true. I don't have any option. But it is. There are options that maybe you don't like them. Maybe it's not what you want, but there's an available option, actually multiple options here that are at your disposal if you really wanted it. Maybe it doesn't fit what you're looking for. Maybe it doesn't fit your goals, but they are there. And this can lead you in a direction of a brand new, direction in your life. A lot of things can flourish if you kind of go that route. So I understand what you're saying. This also talks about in the past issues with what, not only relationship wise, but at a time where when you were working. It talks about a very big problem that happened when you were. But that's in the past. Focusing now, I suggest you kind of, readjust your lens in the way that you're looking at your work life, because there's opportunities that you're not taking, and you absolutely can. Maybe there are places that you don't want to work, but they are hiring and they would hire you. So this is a time of transition, especially with what's going on in astrology. I don't expect you to follow astrology since you sound really new to it. But there's a time right now, there's a really great conjunction going on right now in the sky, where a lot of people are in a transitional change for a brand new version of themselves. And it's going to affect all the signs in different ways. But roughly, from here to March of next year, it's a really big time, but especially from here to this March. So from February to March, there's something specific. And this is a time where, it kind of, life is kind of like pushing you to do uncomfortable so that you can get to something that really flourishes, So that's what I'm saying to you, is that the chances are there, multiple. So, go do it, so that you can have a better result and get out of the situation that you're in. So maybe it's filling out at that place you hate the people, or maybe it's the place that you hate because it's not it's not a work environment that you like, or maybe there's annoying people there, but you will get what you want, which is that pay, and the pay is going to bring you stability, and the stability is going to give you a result for something better, and then you fill out for something better, and then you improve and keep going. But you got to get stuck out of that, and it's in your hands. So now is the time. Thank you so much. All right, guys, let's see. Ellamore is asking, wait, is it Ellamore? Elora Moro. That's a tongue twister. 6633. Okay, so you have a loved one. All right, go ahead and remember, you have a love. Go ahead and drop your sun sign, okay? Or whatever you guys call it, zodiac sign, star sign. It's all the same thing. Alora. Okay, great. What's your sun sign, sweetheart? Drop that for me when you put your theme. So like, are you a Taurus? Whatever. Gemini, Libra. Okay, you're a Virgo. Okay. So Virgo has a love question. This talks about a love that ended, or at least is not where it has to be. There are, I guess it's if you're going through, this can be either a rough patch enough where the communication has almost stopped in some instances, or it is one that ended. And the thing is that the man is not over you, and there's a situation right now where maybe you went on, but he has not. And there's a situation that in the near future, there's a woman that's going to be approaching him, like coming into contact with his destiny line. They're going to meet somewhere, they're going to talk, and this can open up love doors. So I suggest that, let's say, if it seems like there's a lot of exchange energy here. So let's say that it's a crush you have on someone you work with, just to give you an example, because this is not a full reading. If it's a paid reading, everything would come out. I don't need information from you. Professional psychics don't need information from the client, but this is just an energy read. So I'm seeing that, man, woman, and it's not connected like it has to. So if you crush on him, or you're broken up, or you're not talking, or whatever's going on, I suggest you change that as much as you can, because if you like him and there's invested feelings, it's going to be jeopardized, because there's somebody that he's going to meet in the future, and this is destiny saying, hey, alarm going off. This life is going to take a turn real soon. What are you going to do? So if you really like him, it's on you. You know, I know that the female likes to be chased. I get it. But at this point, there's got to be something that you really put your energy forward to move things around, because you got to go get what you want. All right. So, you know, and worst case, let's say you miss the chance. Well, it is what it is, you know, you'll meet someone else. But if in this particular connection, there is going to change in the next couple months, and he might be in a relationship. All right. So go get what you want. Okay, sweetheart. I hope that made sense. All right. Let's see. Thank you for your question. Let's see. Scorpio gang. Let's see. You're a fixed sign. Is that what you're saying? And I really, really need help in needing some clarity. Okay, no problem. So nice to meet you. So I'm doing free energy checks. Let's see. Jose says, from a man's point of view, when the woman plays too hard to get or breaks the man's heart, he will probably move on. Well, Jose, I get it. I get what you're saying, and I appreciate your man's perspective. Playing hard to get, it depends on how the woman does it. Sometimes when a woman plays hard to get in a very playful way with the guy, and it becomes like a flirtation kind of thing, it depends on the kind of sign that you are. So some signs would just be offended by that. Like, for example, Virgo men, Gemini men, there's a bunch of, you know, but then there's, like, for example, Sagittarius, that would be a different response. So as long as it's playful, it depends on your sign. And it also depends on how the woman's doing it. If she's doing it just because her heart is really hard and she's just snooty and she's just gonna like be mean to him and use him, that's horrible. And that's when she's better off. She's gonna stay alone no matter how pretty she is, because, you know, men, no matter if she's a 10, if men are dating or are interested in a woman who on the inside is ugly, they're gonna pass. They're gonna go to the woman who maybe is an 8, but she has a heart of gold, because men love sweetness. So I do agree with you to some degree, because there's a personality to it. Okay, let's see. Elora says that has to do with your husband. Okay, so the distance that you guys have at this time, because that's why, you know, is not healthy. You know, that has to stop. You know, sweetheart, I get it. It takes two to tango, and it takes two people to get in a bad situation. It wasn't just you. You're not the villain. You're not the one that caused it. But at the same time, you're the one looking to spirituality. You're the one that's aching for that spiritual insight, and you're the one that's getting the information. So kind of like it's up to you. The ball's sort of in your court. And before that happens, make sure that you reel him in, and then pamper your marriage and establish it where it needs to be. But I just want to tell you, for me to really evaluate your love situation, I am a love specialist. I would have to do a reading, but I hope that the energy check helped. All right, thank you. All right, let's see. Love is asking, is giving me a confused mindset, because I do not know if he has actually physically cheated on you or whatnot, if his third parties have been friends and family or an actual other woman. Okay, so it's a fidelity question that you're asking about. Okay, not a problem. So I'm going to answer. Okay, no problem, no problem. Give me 1 second, sweetheart. Give me 1 second. Okay, so there are a lot of people asking trick questions to psychics and stuff. I will check on the energy to see, what pops up. So no offense to you, you got to understand my perspective. There's a lot of people that come in and it's a fake account, or they'll try to make up a scenario or whatever, because I do these free. Paid readings is a whole other ballgame. I'm going to give you an energy check on you and your you didn't say it was your spouse, your the person, your love person. I'm going to do an energy check on it and see what comes up. If you do have a concern for me to predict and actually do my paid work, you got to book a reading for $25, because I am a love specialist, but I am going to see the energy. So all you need to do is drop his sun sign. So like his zodiac sign. So like Taurus, Aries, whatever. And that's it. And then I'll see the energy that's coming up for both of you. If you want me to find out about fidelity, who he's been with, how many times, who he's in love with, whatever, that's a mind read. That's $25. But I'm happy to check on the energy, which gives me just a general idea of the couple, of where you're at. Okay, not a problem. Sag and Scorpio. Okay, so the first thing that I see here is that you expect something that he doesn't understand what you expect. So his, this is when somebody has communicated something very clearly, or like in their opinion, they're like, I said this very clearly. He should know damn well what I mean. And the person just doesn't. They don't get it. So that's number one. Number one is you're waiting on him and it just hasn't, he's not clear. And the other thing is that he does suspect that you might leave for someone else. So for example, no matter if this is a crush or a deep relationship or situationship, whatever, it doesn't matter. Even a marriage, this is just explaining that there's a doubt that's growing from him toward you, I would say. And not the relationship, but from him towards you. There's a doubt that's growing. So if you doubt him, this is him doubting you. So I feel that if fears are not discussed and true intention and worries, this might grow. Sagittarius is very skilled at just blurting out exactly what it is. If it's round and blue, they'll say it's round and blue. If it's tall and round and red, they'll say it's tall, round, red. Like whatever. I'm just using shapes and colors. But I'm just saying they're very straightforward. Very straightforward, very clear. But a water sign may not necessarily understand the emotional part. So if you doubt him, or you're scared, or you're upset, he might not know how exactly to talk to you or approach you, or maybe he'll feel you won't believe him. Whatever it is, if this continues that way, crash and burn, kind of energy. So it's learning to communicate better. You got to get through this spot, because if this continues, you're going to get frustrated and go in another direction. Very frustrated with him. And he might be freaked out at that you're very, what is wrong with her? Like, why is she handling it like that? Like, what the hell? And this happens with water and fire. So, if you're into this connection big time, and it seems like you are, try a different approach. Softer, more timid, gentle. If it turns your stomach, then maybe the relationship's not for you. Because this is the kind of, you gotta be very patient with him in this particular case. No matter what's going on, to succeed, because see, there's your ego, there's his ego, and then there's the thriving heartbeat of the relationship itself. And at this point, you have to say, do you want your truth pushed first because you feel you're right, which you probably are? Or do you want to just neutralize something because the relationship is what matters? So you got to be softer. Okay? So that is the energy here, that it's threatened by miscommunication, worry, and doubt. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Okay, let's see. You're saying there's no reason for him to worry about me. We've been together for 7 years. I've never left him in cold. He's left me and ghosted me when I've needed him the most. I've never, though. Okay, I see. I understand what you're saying. But again, because this is, obviously you're hurt, and you have a lot of truth to say to him, and you have a lot built up in your heart, and that's valid and very valuable. But in the gist of this reading, okay, patient, given so many, no problem, sweetheart. All I'm trying to tell you is when a woman is hurt and she's in love, because I'm a love specialist, so I deal with this, all kinds of love situations. And I'm just trying to tell you that nobody can force a man to act mature when he's not. Nobody can force a man to say the truth when he's a liar. Nobody can force a man to change his ways. But if he is feeling any type of way, I will pick it up on the reading. And I'm going to say to you, look, he's not going to change his mind, but you can try this way. If I see a soft spot, if I see that, he's as hurt as you are, I evaluate it by reading him deeply. You already know your feelings. I don't need to read you. My job is to read on the person of interest of the client and the prediction of the relationship. Where is it going? What's going to happen? Because feelings are one thing, but also events are another. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, sweetheart. You're very much into your hurt that you've carried because you want him to correct it. You want him to ease your pain, and you deserve it. But the reality is, what does he feel? And there's a lot of doubt with him. What do I mean by doubt? I mean that he, how should I put it in a clear way? Because I'm not a Sagittarius. So it's harder. He feels like if everything is going to be wrong, and he's always going to be the one at fault, and he's always going to be the one that's, the bad guy, then what's going to convince you? He's tired. You see, even though you might think, oh my God, that's ridiculous. Yeah, but you're asking me to look at his perspective. You see? All right, sweetheart, thank you so much. Okay, Aquarius in love with a Taurus. Oh boy. Taurus recently went from talking nonstop to completely shut down. What should I do? Oh, what should I, the Aquarius, do? Okay, let's see. So Tauruses are very, very stubborn. But I should say, Taurus's favorite person is themselves. I hate to say it, Tauruses have awesome. Okay, no worries. Tauruses love themselves first. They put their foot down, If you don't do this for me, then I'll do it myself. Or, Tauruses expect, a certain amount of things. They can be the most comforting and loving and just tender to their partner. But at the same time, they could be the coldest and hardest and let you know that they don't need you. And they can shut you out very, very strong, and they won't budge. And then you find yourself like emotionally punished. It's like, what? In that way, they're the bull, you see? And an Aquarius goes about it in a very unique way. Aquariuses, they don't have to go by the rules or what's expected, or they want to figure things out their own way, and they want that person to understand them just how they are. Accept me for who I am. Don't question me. I am who I am. So if she's doing that, she's pissed off. you know, which means that she's forcing you because they're very bossy, just like Virgos. You know, I want it this way. And if you don't, then I'm going to put you in a condition. So I believe you put yourself in that spot with her. Okay? I mean, you caused it. Let me check on the energy, but so this has to do with money. It's ugly to say, but this is when a person says, okay, well, I'm going to allocate all the things that are my resources, and I'm gonna do this for myself because I don't trust you to keep me safe, like secure. You know what I mean by safe? Oh God, online you have to be so careful what you say. But you know, like safe meaning like comfortable in the relationships or marriage or a partnership or whatever. If you share assets or she depended on you for something, you know, material or whatever it is. This is like when just like cancer gets rid of things when you hurt them, like they don't give a shit. They're like, okay, you gave me that, no matter how much value it is, I don't want it. Pawn it here. A Taurus will grab onto it and be like, ooh, a treasure. But Tauruses will also start like building up what they've got. Oh, okay, I have this saved. This is mine. You keep that. I don't want this. Go away. They start sorting and hoarding. They do that emotionally as well. So this is a woman scorned, honey. You know, this is tough. This has to do with jealousy. This has to do with you know, there's a complicated situation in this story. But I'll leave it at that. I will leave it at the fact that you know, at the end of the day, if you do not do what a Taurus is asking you to do, then there's no right answer. You know, you kind of know what she wanted, so then that's not going to change. So this energy is headed towards more drastic approach. All right, so from her end. All right, let's see. I try to fix her. I try to be the fixer. I know why she's upset. It's not from me, it's from someone else. Okay. All right, well, good. That's a good thing, you know, her feelings. But it's all I'm saying in the reading is that this is going to get worse with the way she's feeling emotionally, because this is her making drastic steps. So whatever this is with her, it's going to escalate. So, all right. Thank you so much. Hey guys, so what I'm doing, I'll explain. It might be a little confusing. I'm a love astrologer, and I also do tarot, a bunch of other types of readings. I'm a professional psychic and medium, but I focus my abilities on helping people with love and career. Those are my focus areas, especially love. If you guys have a question that you want answered for free, what I'm really doing is kind of energy readings. They don't really give you details like a reading, but I figured it's better than nothing. I like to give something personal. I know that collectives are very popular, but I find them a bit cumbersome with tarot because it's like you have to pull a story and then somebody can claim pieces of it. I'd rather talk to someone and say, hey, look, this is for you. One-on-one is my style. So if you're stressed out about something of love or career, dice readings are what I'm offering for free, which give you a little bit of a gist of what's going on. If you want a super detailed reading, they are $25. I work with tarot on the stream. If you want astrology, there are nights where I'll be doing, like on my streams, I'm going to be doing other kinds of things that I do. I might do crystal ball, scrying, or runes, or, you know, something. I like to change it up, but I'm always offering love readings. Let's see, trying to answer you guys' questions. I try to be, I read that one already. Hi, I'm new here. Hi, welcome. Broken Heart. Oh, what a sad name. Okay, you're a Cancerian. Oh, a Moonchild. You feel very empty inside. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Well, you know what? Things are about to change, so this is a very important year. Let's see. I hope you feel better. Let's see. Love is saying, how can I book a personal with you? The link is in the bio. And if you want to book a $25 reading, that is available for the stream. If you need an appointment, then those are 1 hour and those are $135. And that's for really intense types of reading. For the person who wants privacy, they have a lot of questions, they want to mix topics. If you want something that's like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that, they are $25 for the tarot on the stream, and I do them right away, right on the fly. And my shop is in the bio. The link is in the bio. I use all the payment methods, like PayPal, Venmo, all those things. Let's see. Do I give her space or continue reaching out? I wouldn't know unless I read on her. I do a mind read on her. If you want to book one, they're $25. I can do it now. Let's see. The heuristic guy is saying, being a Taurus myself, calm, composed, fun, outgoing, very stubborn, romantic as well. But I misunderstood things. And if a Taurus is hurt, angry, leave them alone for a few days to clear the head. Very true, although a male Taurus is really different than a female Taurus. And at the same time, a female Taurus, if left alone too long on her own devices, will devise her own plan. And they don't wait to be comforted. The more they wait, the more stressed out, and the more they will be more resilient to stop planning what they need to feel safe. Whereas a male needs time alone, kind of like an Aries. They need to calm down. They need to sort their feelings and feel comfortable and comforted in their own way, usually their alone time, their own space, which is different than the female. And yes, I do agree with you that Taurus males do need time alone when they are upset. Let's see. Broken Heart is saying, at your age, will you find love? Oh, thank you. So I specialize in love, and I can do timing and all of that. With astrology or tarot, I suggest astrology. They're the same price. If you want to book a reading, they are $25. However, caveat, if you do book an astrology with me, you must know the time you were born. Because astrology, to do the chart, I have to with precision. So if a person doesn't know the city they were born because they were born in let's say a war zone in Europe or something unique like that, I've had clients, overseas, they couldn't get a copy of their birth certificate. You can't really do accurate astrology without that. You can do tarot though. Astrology is going to look at deep, important destiny things on your timeline, like the blueprint of your life. You can everything, it depends. It depends on the type of information you're looking for. Tarot is all about the tea. Astrology is all about the big milestones and the things you need to know about your future. Tarot is about spilling the tea of the moment. So let's say a person's getting a promotion, or let's say that a couple is in trouble and one of them is conspiring with a relative against the person or whatever. The tea is going to be spilled with tarot. Astrology is more about very big concerns. Where am I headed? What am I meant to do? Is this going to last? What are the big things we need to be aware of? Let's see. Love Girl is saying tomorrow at noon. Okay. I'm asking because I'm not sure where you're at and what's your time zone. Oh, no worries. So if you, stream readings that are $25, they get filled every day. So like, let's say that I stream during the day. Sometimes if I see the orders come in, I text the person and I'll say, hey, I'll be on at 3 today, because I don't really book an appointment with stream reads, but I do let the person know, because my shop mobile is available on the order form. And I let them know, hey, I will be on this evening at 3, you're on the list. And then the person will say, yeah, okay, I'll be on there, whatever. Oh, I can't make it. Okay, no problem. I'll see you tomorrow. But when it's like precision, like I'm available at 3, from 3 to 4, you can book that through my calendar if it's a private reading. Okay, it depends on what you want. But I have, because I offer readings online, I figured having a shop mobile is friendlier for people. I have an email, but people can text me too, because obviously they're placing an order with me. So you can get a hold of me either way. Let's see. Most of your friends are Scorpios. Oh, okay. Well, you're a water sign. Wait, no. Jose, what was your sign again? If all your friends are Scorpios, you must be water. Only water draws water like that. Remember, you have a sun, moon, and rising in astrology. In beginner astrology, people only know their zodiac sign. Oh, I was born in September, so I'm a Virgo. Oh, I was born in October, I'm a Libra. But no, when you go more advanced in astrology, you learn that that's where your sun was when you were born, the sun. And you have a moon, so you got to learn where the moon was when you were born, and then the ascendant, which was the horizon point of the sun. Those three form your main identities in life in astrology. Oh, okay, no problem, sweetheart. Yeah, let me go ahead and pull up your order. Which one did you do? You did the oh no, I see the link tree. I see you filled out a link tree. Is this you, April? Or is that someone else that booked? Oh no, your name is, oh, I thought, no worries. I'll go ahead and pull it up. Yeah, I did get an order from, is there an April in the room? Okay, let me go ahead and check it. It depends. Are you talking about a stream reading, or are you talking about a private reading? Private readings are done on the phone. They are 1 hour, and they're booked by appointment. They're $135 for the hour, and if it's $25, it's on the stream. So the stream doesn't have an appointment, but I do communicate with the person, and I'll let them know. Because I do a daytime stream whenever I can fit it in. So sometimes it'll be 11 or sometimes it'll be 8. I don't have a fixed schedule yet, but I will soon, where I have like a rain or shine every day that I stream. But my stream schedule is a little bit crazy right now. So that's why text is easier. I will pop in 2 times tomorrow, daytime and evening. But yeah. You can also always just text me, and then, I'll see if I can just pop in and we can do it on the stream. So, mostly. But if I have a private reading going on at the time, it's, yeah, the 25 is on the stream. Let's see. So, let's see. This one is for... All right, guys, give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and pull up an order. This one was for... Which one was it? I keep saying Dorothy. It's not Dorothy. It's Do Truthy. 1 second, sweetheart. Let me go ahead and pull that up. I'll be right back. All right, sweetheart. Let's go ahead and start. So this is for Do Truthy, or I don't know how to pronounce it. What would you like me to call you? Is it Trudy or? Oh, on your work break? Yeah. When is your work break? I'm Eastern Standard Time. Or you know what? You can wait till I stream tomorrow night. Yeah, if you're on tomorrow, because it's only about 25 minutes, unless there's like a lot. Usually I try to. Oh, Terry. Okay, no problem. All right, Terry, go ahead and give me your question. You got a reading called Tarot on the Fly, which is the ones I do right here on the stream. Go ahead and put your question down below, sweetheart, so I can answer it for you. Okay, let's see. Oh, I know. I thought it was Dorothy too, but no, she says it's Terry. Thank you. I think that's just a nickname. It sounds like Dorothy, but no, it's do truth. Why? Or do truthy. Thank you, though. I know, I thought the same thing. All right, Terry, go ahead and give me your sun sign, and which is your horoscope sign, and give me your question, sweetheart, so I can answer it for you. Terry, are you there? Okay. 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 Oh, you were the Taurus Aquarius. Okay. I remember signs. I'm really bad with online names, especially since, you know. And Terry is a name I've seen unisex. I've seen for guys and girls. I know both. I know men named Terry and I know women named Terry. It's just a nickname. Okay, let's see. Is it worth continuing to build a relationship, or should you back off? Okay, let's first find out in general about the Taurus. Okay. There's a person that I realize you told me that someone bothers her. I don't know if that's a boss or anything like that, but there's something coming in here where there's something intrusive. Let me find out if this is an ex. Okay, this is not an ex. This is someone at work that is, interested in her, has been interested in her for a while. But there's something that she is facing that's very stressful at her work. And this is a problem. At this point in her life, she's trying to improve in her career. She's trying to kind of like, not sow her oats, but like she's not ready to sow yet, She's trying to like, plant them, and there's a problem. She wants to thrive in her career, and there's an issue in her workplace. And there is someone interested in her. But I'm not done yet. I'm just getting started. I'm just getting into the groove of things. You do know that you do realize that the way that you communicate about love and interest and stuff, that she may not be very clear on what you want. You're very hard to read. Okay? All right, let me go ahead and put these here. All right, let's start with the tarot reading now. Give me a second. Who's Jack? Do you know of a Jack, Terry? Okay, first of all, I don't know if she's in a medical career, but there's something with the theme of medicine that, do you? Oh, that's cool. There's something with the theme of medicine that's in the past. So did you, is that the theme of, it's, you're saying no idea. Or did you say that before? Or are you saying that now? There could be a timing. Sometimes the timing of the chat is not in sync with what I'm saying. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that was that. Oh, poor thing. That's a hard thing. It's hard to lose a pet, any pet. But a big one, a land animal like that, it's not that they're more by any means, but the energy and presence of a horse is very majestic. I don't know if you're aware, I don't know if you're used to horses, but that's a big hit. Poor thing. She must be so devastated. Okay, so horses, you know, yeah. So that's like, yeah, that's a very difficult thing. There are some things going on in her job though. Okay. All right, so that was just, that's not a big part of the reading. It's a big part to her, but that's not a big part of the reading. It's just that I kind of see the biggest thing that happened in the recent past, okay? All right, let's move forward. So the big problem that I see here is that you are very high energy, which that's a beautiful thing. That's a wonderful thing. She's more laid back. So the vibe that you're giving out is passionate, romantic, like let's go, let's do this, like let's go, you know, you got this Romeo, you know. And she's kind of a little bit cynical. She's been through stuff. So for her, she's like, yeah, right. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. She's very negative. She's very pessimistic right now. Let me see something. Okay, so this is the problem. Right now, in this point in time, she's not in love with you. Okay, but that can change. Your job, according to this reading, according to my professional opinion, I'm not telling you to tell you what to do, but I'm just giving you, you know, what I see. There is a relative in particular that is, and when I say that, it can be someone blood related that she's very close to, or a best friend that's almost like family. So in her very close circle, there is one particular, even though she's got her circle of trust, but there's one particular confidant that is thinking that they're helping her, but they are leading her in the wrong direction because they are preventing her from happiness, because you have her best interest in mind. In fact, I don't doubt it if you fall so deep that you might even consider engagement or something, or maybe even marriage in the future, because Aquarius is very hard to, you know, the whole marriage thing, they're, you know, that takes a while. But what I'm seeing is, all I'm trying to say to you is that there's a lot of good intention here, very much. And you're being misjudged. You know, do I think she's going to turn around? Yes. Should you stop trying? No, do not stop trying. Continue. Be yourself and continue. There is one specific job you should do, and it's to talk to her more in a way where you get through to her, where you have an impact in changing her mind from the person that's corrupting it. So this person is not trying to do her harm. This person is not trying to be maniacal in any way. But the person is so opinionated, they're miserable, and they're giving her advice based on their knowledge. And a lot of people give shitty advice, even loved ones, because they will talk out of their own experiences. Whereas sometimes one of the best advice is given from a neutral party, because the person doesn't have invested feelings with the person. They're just giving advice in general. So more of a disconnected advice is sometimes better, as odd as that might sound. So this person is trying to tell her, so that she doesn't get hurt again. Whereas Taurus, she doesn't realize, I don't know if you're into astrology or not, you probably don't care for it, but I'm going to tell you that, Taurus is ruled by Venus. So Tauruses and Libras are very, very lucky where in respect, they're not the luckiest in love, but when it comes to if they do have a breakup or a divorce or something like that, Venus is very hyperactive in the chart of Tauruses and Libras. And what I'm trying to say is that they're the type of signs where if they have a breakup, they meet someone new right away. Whereas other signs, they kind of have to wait for the right person. And Taurus and Libras are very active in, one comes out, one comes in. So here life is throwing her someone who's interested in her. And the people around her are saying, oh my God, because they're not over her bad breakup. They're not over her past. They're not over all the crap she's been through. And they want to protect her. So they're more cynical. Their guard is up. They're broken by what she's experienced. But they're not saying to her, oh my God, this guy's so into you. So you need to change that. Let's see. I've been that person. She has multiple people telling her what. Okay. Tauruses have you got to realize, don't stop being you, because Aquarius, as much, you probably don't realize how unique you are, but your approach, your thinking, your way of doing things, you just go with your gut instinct. You just act on instinct. And that's it. You don't see it any other way. You need to keep being you. You need to keep being. The more you second guess yourself, the more you doubt yourself. Don't let her pain and her doubt and her stress and her overthinking change you. It is your fire, your energy, your passion that is going to woo her in the way that it needs to be. You got to be bold. You got to be daring. Go with your intuition, what your gut is telling you. If you stop and hear your heart or your head, you might get confused. It's your gut feeling. Your head's going to try to dissect it and be worried and be scared and think, oh my God, and wait and be cautious. And then your heart is going to try to mold it to what she needs. But your instinct is you. And that dynamic energy is what's going to make her start falling. It's going to happen, okay? But you do have a challenge. You have a challenge of dealing with the other protective people in her circle. She doesn't realize that Cupid just put an arrow in her butt. Not in her butt, but on her butt cheek. She doesn't realize that Cupid struck. You know how Cupid strikes either the arm or the butt cheek? She doesn't realize that Cupid is struck her and love found her. She doesn't get it. She's like, whatever. She's very pessimistic and maybe hard. Tauruses can be a hard ass. So, you got to keep that. So I'm going to give you some tips on what, for now I'm going to look into some of the challenges that you're going to be facing in pursuing her, but do not give up. And I do see you guys being together, but there are things that can be a challenge that you need to address for that to come true. All right. Even though I still see you coming together. So be consistent. Now let me give you, let me look into a timeline. Let me look into anything else you need to know. Let me look into some tips on what you're going to be facing and anything else we need to know about this relationship. I'm going to be quiet for a minute. I'm maybe getting a lot of information and then I will be talking to you. Okay, give me a minute here. Okay, Tauruses are very good listeners. That's a human thing, to be afraid of failure and to second guess yourself. That's a very human thing. Everybody feels that to some degree. But we're talking about love here. And we're talking about somebody that you really want, that you really desire, you're really into. And you got to go after what you want, right? You've never stopped before. So why should you right now, right? She's so negative that you are, I'm going to ask you something. Are you a water sign, moon, or sun, or rising? You seem very, I wonder if you're a Cancer moon, because you're very swayed by the way she feels. So, you know, and you can't do that. You got to keep your mind, like mind over matter mindset. You're pursuing her and she's in a negative spot. You met the right person at a shitty time. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The day astrology, you know, to read your destiny and what the stars and planets say about your future, you have to know where the sun was, where the moon was, where, you know, all of that. So a person has a sun. It's confusing. Don't worry about it. You'll learn about it. It's called your big three, your sun, moon, or rising. The day you were born, you know, you're in Aquarius. So there's different types of Aquariuses. If you go to, here's a really quick cheat sheet. If you want to know your moon sign, let's figure it out right now. I'm going to go to, this is a free resource that I tell my clients. Let's go to moongiant.com. This is a good free site to learn your moon sign. This site is terrible for moon phase accuracy, but it is wonderful for accurate for moon sign. So there's this moongiant.com. You scroll all the way to the bottom until you see a rainbow moon. It's like a little whole moon. You close the ad, put in the month, day, year. What was the month that you were born? Aquarius, the month, your month, day, and year. And I'll tell you your moon sign. Your rising, you got to know, your rising is the most important part of your chart. Okay, 2/10/85. Okay, so happy birthday, by the way, or late birthday. Okay, 10/85. Good year. Okay, here we go. Okay, you're a Libra moon. Okay. So with a Libra moon, you never want to rock the boat. You're afraid of rocking the boat. You're afraid of causing war or chaos. And you are very skilled at being a people person when you need to be. So Libra are also very good listeners. So you might be one that tries to hear her while she tries to listen to you. one of the things, okay, we were talking about different things. So I was just trying to tell you, you have, so I don't want to lose track of what I was saying, but just to finish, so I don't leave it hanging. When you are assessing your big three in astrology, which is the most important, you have to know your rising sign, which is based on the minute and seconds that you were born. And it has to be 100% accurate to the hospital vital statistics records on your birth certificate. So if 7:58 at night or 12:37 at night or whatever, like 3:33 in the afternoon, it has to be like, it can't be 3:34 if you were born at 3:35. It has to be like to the minute, because it's the precision point on the geometric kind of figuration where the horizon was coming out, and that will lock in all of your chart in the right spot. So you need the rising. All right, if you don't know it, you can figure it out later, but at least you know you're in Aquarius Libra moon, so that's very important. The moon is your internal world, your emotions, and who you truly are within yourself, that when nobody's around, your inner self, your inner world, your private self. And Libra is very important. So you are also very influenced by Venus. Nice. Both of you. Her with Taurus. So that's good. All right. Now, the next part I was working on before we got sidetracked was I'm giving you some tips on how to deal with her through the hardship. The obstacle that's at play is her negativity, her pessimism, but also the people that she's healing with. She's on her healing journey with, and who she's listening to about her love life. So who she's listening to her love advice from, that is your number one obstacle. And the shitty timing that she's in, not just the loss of her pet, but also the hardship at her work and the turning point in her career, okay? And also the breakup problem and her traumas and all of her things. So really shitty timing, really turbulent time. At the same time, there's a lot of positive things happening in her life, by the way. I don't know if you know. There's a lot of things that have happened where she's headed with career focus, or at least, some growth is very important, okay? Okay, let's see. Okay. The direction that you should move in to start is, I don't know if you're making notes of this or, Terry, are you there? Can you hear me clearly? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see what you were saying. Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, okay, the terrible time. Yeah. So, okay, so let's go to the next part because these are timed. Okay, so the advice that I have for you when it comes to helping you through this process of trying to date her, trying to get with her kind of thing, the relationship, getting it going, is number one, try to, this is going to be uncomfortable, especially if you're a Libra moon, because Libra moons kind of go with the flow. They're observant. They're more, they'd rather spy on a situation or be observant in the corner than just come in and just shake things up. That's just not their style, unless they feel someone's being jaded or mistreated, then that's different. Because they do feel, heartfelt for certain causes, then they will speak up, and they do have an angry side. But generally, they are trying to kind of keep balance and kind of comfort the person. So this is going to have you be uncomfortable. This is where you should be very vocal and expressive with her about her breakup. Go where you don't want to go, and you say something and you get her to talk. You are a people person, so I know that you're skilled at that. Being a Libra moon, you know how to finesse your way into the communication. Find a way to be very opportune at the moment and just say to her, so how you feeling about things? and then let her talk. And then you say something again and let her talk. And then that's when you start to give her a very clever, insightful piece of advice that starts to make her think differently. You know, something, I don't know, it's going to come from you. But this is the way in. You have to get her in a moment where it's very opportune. It's not a time where she's in a rush or can't talk to you. You need to break the ice. And once you do that, you've established, because even if you've talked about it before, and even if it doesn't matter, you're going in because you need to establish open communication bond with her. Bond in a new way that you haven't before, because she needs to start conversing with you, because this is how you're going to get her closer and closer and get her to think and get her to be inspired and get her to have a different outlook. Okay? And then she's going to feel your vibe deeper. You do not want to be in the friend zone. You do not want her to reject you. You do not want to, if you're too careful, you can ruin an opportunity. You know, the way to do it is you need to bond and establish communication about what's uncomfortable. And that's that's what this other person has with her. Because this is how it works. Forget that it's the Taurus. Think about human beings in general. You come in and, you have a conversation with somebody. You don't really want to talk about it. They don't really want to talk about it. But one of you says something, the other one says a little bit more, the other one says a little bit more. And then the person leaves. And then you see that person again. Or you get a phone call again. Or you get a text again. Or whatever. And then one person says another thing. But by the third time you see each other, there starts to have a pattern. And it's comfortable. And then there's more trust. And that you build on that. So no matter what it is, that's how humans are. We're creatures of habit. So this person has already an open door being in her circle where she talks to them and she calls them up or she communicates with them. Oh, I'm feeling this and this is this and this. And the person says, hey, blah, 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 blah. So what's going on now? And then you talk, you gossip, you chit chat. And then that's such, no, this guy asked me out, but I don't know. Oh, you shouldn't, that's what you're trying to break. You want to be in that circle. And the way to do that is through bonding. And you have to bond through communication, proper, intelligent, deep, meaningful communication that is not drawn out, but something tasteful, something electric, something that just has that vibe to it, and that's where you gotta, that's your way in. Because the more you're distant, it's not going to work. Yeah. So you can incorporate your personality and your boldness. Tauruses love a good time. They love something. So one of the things that, I'm not telling you spend your money or whatever, I'm not saying that, but I'm just sharing with you on the fly. I'm just telling you that Tauruses in general, especially females, they are suckers for a good time. They love food. They love spices. They love aromas. Anything where there's a lot of spices or tastes or dips, they love it. Food, experiences, wine, whether they drink, whether they don't. Tauruses love to tantalize the senses. They love perfumes. They love travel. They love, so going out to eat with a Taurus is right up their alley, especially if it's a new place they never tried or if it's a place with a lot of different flavors, they would love it. That's a great place to break ice with a Taurus. If she's into cooking, cook something with her. If she's into going out, invite her, but this is where you're going to get an opportunity. All right, and that's okay. Now let's see something else. Sorry for the squeaky chair. Okay, I see that also. One of you is traveling soon. Do you think it's her? Is she the one that's going to be leaving soon, like maybe in the spring or something like that? Okay. Okay, so different states. Okay, that's also a hard challenge. One of the reasons why she probably feels like, yeah, I don't know, is because distance, out of sight, out of mind, even though I could see you try with very connection. Maybe you're gonna go see her? Is this it? Because someone's traveling in this reading. I'm seeing that there's travel. So is that you that's gonna go see her? This is a good thing. I think it is. Let me check. Sorry for my chair. I gotta change it. It goes, "Arr!" No. Okay. Okay, so that means that there could be something challenging at travel. So you may want to go see her and she may not have the time. You gotta be aware of that. Oh, okay, let's see. We're in different states. Oh, I read that one already. Which one is the new one? She flew out today. I'm going to the Middle East in July. No, it wouldn't be July, Middle East. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that plays a role in you being, away. But if she flew out today to see you, then that's probably what that is. That's a good thing, because if she's going to go see you, then, oh, wait, she flew out today for something of hers. Anyway, I'm just trying to tell you that in the reading it shows travel, but it's I do see something very positive in this. Okay, hers was a work trip. Okay. So yeah, it wasn't you, and it's her with her work. Okay, that's fine. That's what it is. It's the work one, not the one that you were saying of the Middle East. Okay, now we've addressed the problem. The outcome, let me chip away at the outcome a little bit more. And I want to see what else Spirit says. And let's close the reading. All right. So yes, the answer is already, to answer your main question. Is it worth pursuing? Yes, it is, very much so. If this was going to waste your time, I would tell you, there's a million fish in the sea. Especially someone you don't have to work so hard for far away. But not in this case. I really do see that there's something definitely deep here. And I do see it's very promising. You gotta get her to open up. Okay, so, all right. Okay. Almost done. So the big energy of this reading, because obviously when I design my readings, I have a time frame that I work in. When I'm doing, large readings, it depends. Like if it's a legal case or something. In love readings, I mark it at a couple of months. I see that within this phase of time, in these couple of months, I see that this is not only going to, change in flavor, but this is going to result in you guys together. But it's not easy, and it's not smooth, and it's not something that's going to be a walk in the park. You have to do the things you need to do to complete this, and not let your fear get in the way. Let's see. We're one state away, so I travel. Oh, I read that already. I don't find many people special. She makes me feel way I haven't in years. Her spirit is amazing. She's so free and caring. Yeah, definitely. Especially since both of you have already, I can see a very big bond and a very spiritual bond. You're going to see she feels the same way later. Okay? She's going to tell you that. She's going to tell you that there's things, if she has said some of it already, that's fine, but this is a prediction, so I'm not in the past. I'm telling you again, okay, in the future. She's going to say it. You both are going to express to yourselves, that you dream about each other, that you in the spiritual, like it could be dreams, or it could be that you think about each other around the same time, or maybe it's a song, or there's something special, there's something spiritual, not just the mind connection, as people, as talking, but there's a deeper thing here on a spiritual level, and you're both going to express that to each other. So I do see you both coming together romantically. Hopefully it lasts, but that remains to be seen. That also is in your hands too, and her hands as well. Okay, the reading is almost closed, but I have to ask Spirit, and Spirit did not close. So give me 1 second, make sure you know everything you need to know for this time of your life with this love question. Not everything in life, but related to the relationship. Let's find out. Okay. All right. Okay, so this talks about, there's a little bit of a complexity here, but this talks about, give me 1 second, sweetie. I'm in the middle of a paid reading. Let's see, I don't find many people. Oh, I read that already. Carlos is asking, hi, will I be able to go back to work after? Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope you heal. Give me 1 second, Carlos. I'm in the middle of reading for Terry. Okay, so Terry, this closes the reading. Let me tell you what this message is. This is just extra. It's just a message that came in. Though this talks about the Taurus in the very near future doing some kind of rearrangement in her itinerary or plans to try to fit and maybe plan to try and come see you. So I don't know if you're aware, but this is like when maybe on her return possibly, or maybe there's something that comes up where the reading is just saying, look, tell the client, there's a spirit saying just like tell the client that, the Taurus, there's going to be something that tries to be moved around, maybe with a flight or travel or whatever. So this is effort, her trying to see you. This is good. I don't know if you've talked about it yet, but this is something that, she might call you and say, hey, yeah, are you available? I'm going to try to catch a connecting flight. Something, I don't know. But this is a good thing. This is her effort. I hope she's able to, follow through with her plans. This is in the future. So today this sounds ridiculous and she may not be aware of it today, but let it unfold. And in enough, at the right day, or whatever. It could be next week, it could be, you know, the week after, it could be tomorrow, whatever it is. There's going to be something, an opportunity here, because this is her trying to find a way to see you as well. So this is return effort. So this is a good thing. So you're basically, this reading is showing how persistently, what to be aware of, you know, what to be cautious about, not only in here, but also with people, with her. But it's showing that it's going to go from a very confusing, you know, situation to something that pans out really wonderfully. Hopefully you guys can stay together, and the relationship will continue to flourish. Because today you're not together. You're not a couple officially. And this shows that you will be. All right. So yeah, thank you so much for getting a reading from me. Let me check one more time if the reading closes. Okay. Okay. One more message, and then the reading closes. All right, Terry? So one more message. Yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, not just her. It's you and her too, you know, because this is for both of you together. Okay, so there's one warning that I have for you. Okay, Terry, can you hear me? Just making sure the connection's still stable. All right, as we close this reading, there's a warning that I have for you. Just let me know you can hear me. Make sure you didn't disconnect. Okay, perfect. The Taurus is going to, at some point in the next couple of weeks, the Taurus is going to answer you or act in a very unpleasant way, with an attitude, okay? And you're going to feel kind of like betrayed in the way she behaves, or she may feel just offended or upset with something. And the reading is saying to you, be patient with this fuss, tantrum, whatever. People have shitty days. People that are going through pain and healing and stress have crappy days. They can have a day. I mean, obviously, you know, in a couple or trying to flourish, you know, obviously no one should talk ugly to anybody. And people should have boundaries and not allow, you know, to be spoken ugly or whatever, because that's crazy. Like, why would somebody allow that stupidity? But under the circumstances of her pain and loss, and it's been a lot, and as long as it's not out of hand, because, you know, you should be treated right, but and it sounds like she does a great job of it anyway. She's allowed a crappy day, and the reading is saying, do not get overly offended. Let it slide just the once, because there's going to be so much that flourishes after that it's going to be worth it, just because of one misunderstanding. So you might be really tender. Usually Libra moons are very delicate. They don't like to admit it. They can be very hard too, and cut people off and just be very drastic. But they also can be very, very hurt very easily. And you can't let that happen and feel, oh my God, she hates you. The reading is telling you it's an ugly moment where she says something pretty bitchy or pretty bad. And do not take it to heart, because there will come a time shortly thereafter where she says, you know, that she'll explain to you what was happening. Tauruses sometimes do not explain the stress they're living through, and they will just blurt out something really harsh. And then later on, they'll say, oh, this and this and this was happening. And they'll say, oh my God, why didn't you tell me you were going through that? Well, I was upset. Or they sometimes do not communicate, they don't articulate exactly the way they should. And they make life a little bit harder for themselves sometimes. I have seen that for as long as I've been an astrologer, since I'm, well, between 11 and 14. I would say 14 is when I officially started. But I'm telling you, Taurus females, you gotta sometimes forgive when they lash out. They were probably doing a million things, and things weren't going right, and the shit hit the fan, and nobody knew the stress that they were going through, and then they just snapped at somebody, and it wasn't you. So this is explaining, because you're in pursuit of the relationship, and because this will flourish, and because there's so much positivity for you guys, it's explaining, hey, you know, a setback is not just her circle of trust and negative talking, but it can also be you misunderstanding her. So in this particular case, give yourself a big jug of patience with her, because there will be one point where you feel offended or hurt because of the way she snaps at you. Do not take it personally. She will clarify with you later that it wasn't personal. All right, and that's it. That's the reading. Thank you so much, sweetheart. And by the way, if you want to hop in and give us the good news when you guys are a couple, I love to hear good news. All right. Thank you so much, and have a good one. All right, guys, I'm going to take some time now to read some of the comments that I've been missing. I will be doing day streams, and eventually I will have a set schedule. So you guys looking for my readings, I'll be on here. Let's see. Oh, no. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. It's a whole new year, so lots of goals and lots of beautiful things. Let's see. Love wrote. Oh, she was writing a story. I didn't see. Has come into the picture. Oh, that's sweet. She's giving advice. Oh, but he's not a Scorpio. He's a Aquarius. So it's very different. Yeah, not always. Not. It's awesome. Oh, you were talking about the other tours. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, I see it. All right. Thank you guys. Have a great night, and I will be back. And like I said, I'm going to have a set schedule eventually. And I always have free readings for people for love, and you know, the mini ones, the mini readings where I look on the energy of your love or career. I always do that one-on-one. And you can always check out my links, and you can always text the shop, and I'll pop into the live stream. If you need an appointment, you can book that through my calendar, through PayPal, or whatever, Venmo, my links. All right, guys, thank you so much. Hey, office, I was just about to hop off, but I'm happy to answer your question the next time that I sign in, and I'm happy to do your mini reading, okay? Thank you so much. Bye, guys. Have a good one. Love and light.